Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time. My classmate reached out to me yesterday and she said, Oron Egg, I've been seeing your post online. You are now a content creator. I have a story to tell and I believe it will help those who are in the same shoe with me and those who are planning to wear the same shoe. And I need advice as well from your viewers. I smiled. I told her I have not done this before. I said, let me try. There is always a start for everything. And she continued, there is this man I dated. I call him my sugar daddy because he's a married man and he's far older than myself. And he was my boss in where I used to work. I used to work in a hotel and he's the director of the hotel. My boss. One day he approached me and he explained what he felt for me and I thought it would be a best thing to date for me to gain ground. So I accepted and we started dating. Everything was going well. You know that vibe of feeling the boss's That was how I used to feel then. And this man was doing me back to back. He has been riding on me almost every day. Not until one day. There is this single guy I dated and he invited me to his house. Then I thought of what to do to leave my office and what to say to my sugar daddy. And I came up with lies. That my mom is not feeling fine. And I want to go and meet her in the hospital. And they gave me an approval to stay for 3 days. And that day, my sugar daddy lied more than 3 times. He said he was going to meet me. And I left my office and traveled to my boyfriend's house. When I got there, after 2 days, my boyfriend asked me to follow him to a club. And we went. Unluckily for me, my sugar daddy came to the same He saw club. Me with my boyfriend, but he did not alter a word. After 3 days, my sugar daddy called me. He asked me to meet him somewhere before I get to my office. And I met him and he had his way with me. We had a nice time together, not knowing something was fishy. After everything, he asked me to go back to my office so that I can resume work. So when I got there, I saw a new face being in my position. And I approached the manager and I said, you brought my second and you did not tell me. The manager said, no, she is not your second. She is your replacement. How? I was confused and he said, your service is no more needed here. At first, I was laughing with confusion because I just had a nice time with my overall boss. I mean my sugar daddy, the owner of the hotel. It was when they asked me to return my uniform that I knew that this is beyond seriousness. I had to call my sugar daddy, my boss, to tell him what the manager did to me. I called him like 3 times and he refused to pick. And he later called me and back. I told him everything. I was shocked at what he answered me. And he said, since the manager asked you to that leave, means your work is not okay. There is nothing I can do. I might be the boss, but he's the manager. He manages everything and knows everyone's capability. If he says you should not work again, he's doing his job. That is what I'm paying him for. I was confused. I then asked him, what am I going to do now, sir? And he answered me very boldly, look for another job. Don't call my line. I will be very busy. It was then I knew that I have fucked up. I have been used and I began to count the countless knack we usually had with my everyday riding, thinking it will help me to gain ground. That no matter what I do, I will not be sacked because I'm dating my boss. I cried and cried and cried and he blocked me. And one of my colleagues told me that it was my sugar daddy who called the manager and asked him to sack me. It was then everything was clear to me. Please, I don't know what to do. I am so ashamed of myself right now. And to those of you who are still in my shoes, leave now that you are not in regrets as I am. And to those of you who are planning to date your boss, my dear, it will not end well. If there is anything wrong, you will be the first person to be issued out. Please, I need your advice, she said.